Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor, and I finally logged my 100th game in the Titanfall beta, and I feel comfortable enough to give you guys my first impression. Talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, before we get into that, remember, this is the beta. They only gave us 2 maps and 3 different game modes to choose from. There's only a handful of weapons, 1 Titan chassis, unless you count the burn cards, which are rare. Then there's 3 Titan chassis, including the Strider and the Ogre, which is really hard to get and really rare. And, of course, it's a burn card. So there's not a lot of variation here. It's rumored that there's going to be 12 to 14 additional maps. It's rumored that there's going to be 33 pilot weapons. And it's rumored there's going to be a lot more weapons for the Titans and several more Titan chassis that you can choose from just to spawn in, just like you do with the Atlas right now. So this is a fast-paced Twitch shooter, and this kind of calls to my roots. I grew up playing Quake, Unreal Tournament, Counter-Strike, then getting into Team Hatris 2, PlanetSide 1, and of course, you guys know me from the Battlefield franchise, where I competed for a couple years in the Battlefield franchise, and of course, publish the YouTubes. So that's my background. Part of this brings me back to that fast-paced player movement, that twitchy sort of shooter. There's the wall running, the double jumping, the wall jumping, the strafing, all kinds of crazy movements. Part of that is an allure for me. So let's talk about the first knock that I have with Titanfall so far. This is a PC FPS along with Xbox One. We are hard capped at 60 FPS. That's it. If you want 120, you got to turn on triple buffering, and several have measured the input lag is horrendous. And that guy I just killed was running around with the Spectre camo. That's right. He was using a special burn card as I quickly try to make my way back to B. So that's capped at 60 FPS. That's not great. This game can easily push well over 120 with a pretty decent PC. And obviously PC gamers want that fluid and fast feeling, but the good news is it's a stable 60. There are no dips, no freezes, so that's the good news. The second knock I have on this game, it is a fast-paced Twitch shooter. There is no custom setting for mouse sensitivities, including a mouse sensitivity issue that's in the game. There seems to be some sort of mouse accel, or the sensitivity is locked to your frame rate. So if you try to set your sensitivity in the pretty kick-ass tutorial in this game, which runs at 120 to 200 FPS, the second you go to multiplayer, it drops to 60. It messes up your sensitivity. So at first, I started off with my hipfire sensitivity of Battlefield 4. Well, there's a problem with that. There is no aim down sight or ADS reduction of your sensitivity. Uh-oh. That means everything I'm doing is hipfire sense. I tried to fight through that for a couple days and said, nope, this isn't working. I need more finite control. So do I want that finite control when I'm ADSing on a bad guy? But I got to give up the hipfire sensitivity I'm accustomed to. So I literally have my sensitivity as I EMP that guy in the face trying to help out my teammates. So that's my second knock. There is some mouse sensitivity, lack of settings, and some issues going on with the actual mouse sensitivity within the game. Let's talk about hit registration. For the most part, I played over in the UK with Jack Frags and 2 Angry Gamers, who I'm playing with right now in this round. I had a ping averaging from 80 to 125. 100 games in, I only had one moment that left me scratching my head. When I was shooting players, they weren't bullet sponging bullets. They were dropping as long as my aim was precise at that given moment. And I wasn't dying 3 to 4 to 5 feet behind a wall or sliding into my death or kill trading. Never had a kill trade in this game so far. That's pretty nice. So the hit registration felt pretty good. The player movement, phenomenal between the wall running, the double jumping, the strafe jumping. Every option you have felt sharp, felt crisp, felt responsive. And of course, the gun mechanics. Pretty simple gun mechanics. It's either a pro or a con, depending on how you look at it. Very, very low recoil on pretty much everything in the game, including the DMR, which allows you to pretty much spam follow-up shots very quickly as I harvest a couple more pilots. So you've got a very easy gun mechanic, what seems like a pretty decent hit registration compared to several other titles on the market right now. And then let's talk about the burn cards. What that is it's a perk that you get for that specific life. And there was only a handful of them in the game. Maybe it's a special Titan such as the Ogre or Strider, or it's like I'm using right now, as that guy gets double kicked in the front and the back. I'm using the Amp Carbine. I'll have this as long as I don't die. If I die, it's gone. And of course, there's other things that I'm going to be showcasing on the channel. Some of the burn cards I like, but remember, this is just beta. All of them aren't in the game yet. There's supposedly 50 burn cards rumored to be coming in, as I'm down to 11 in the mag, trying to figure out how to pick up this gun, but I think I unbound the key that I need to pick up that gun. So on I go, probably just a pistol only, some bots. So that's the next thing, bots. Some people said, well, this bots thing is going to be really shitty. It's not going to be great. Well, for attrition, that's built in the game mode. As you kill specters and grunts, as you kill pilots and titans, you accumulate points. So specters and grunts help you get to the end game, which is the win. You get so many points, that's it. You guys win. In something like Hardpoint, there aren't a lot of bots. You can pretty much ignore them for the most part, unless you think somebody's running the Spectre camo, trying to be really, really sneaky. But that's about it. And of course, with the new game modes that are coming in, including Capture the Flag, as I kick that thing in a fit of rage, it'll be interesting to see how the bots play out. Now, 6v6 only. These maps are made for this. I was one of the people that said, oh man, I don't even know if I'm going to want to play this. It's only 6v6. Well, if you get 4 or 5 or 6 Titans out on the friendly team, it is like bumper cars unless you're communicating together. I really think the 6v6 works. Would I have loved to see a bigger version of this game where it is 8v8, 10v10, 12v12? Absolutely. But does 6v6 work? Yes. It's fast-paced enough. The action gets crazy that it really works. For the most part, I really, really enjoy the Titanfall gameplay. It's crisp, it's quick, it's responsive, and front kicks for everybody right there. Am I telling you to buy the game? Absolutely not. I'm telling you what my experience with the game has been so far. I've only had one crash, which may have been related to me alt-tabbing out, messing with recording software and TeamSpeak at the time. Which brings me to the final knock on Titanfall. It hijacks your mic and boosts it to level over 9,000. So you have to quickly alt-tab, adjust your Windows microphone setting just so you don't kill your other friendlies that are in game VoIP or on TeamSpeak with you, or your recording software. So make sure you alt-tab and check that. I really enjoyed the Titanfall beta. I enjoyed the gameplay because it matches with my history of games that I played and I've enjoyed. I also played Mech Warrior, which I forgot to mention in the beginning as well. This is a fast-paced Twitch shooter. There are some similar games out on the market which just combine several aspects. The burn cards, the Titan play is refreshing. It'll be interesting to see how this all pans out in release. Don't forget to let me know what you guys think about the beta, what you like about it, what your concerns are. And of course, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon.